Hey, what's up, y'all? Zot Sports back here today, bringing you another video. Like and subscribe if you want to. Anyways, let's get into the video. Today, I'm going to be talking about why the NBA is terrified of the Houston Rockets next year, and why they could definitely be a title contender if things go their way. So, let's get started. As you all know, last year they got rid of Chris Paul, brought in Westbrook, and went full small ball mode. They got rid of Clint Capella. They put PJ Tucker at center. They brought in Robert Covington. They had Eric Gordon along with Westbrook and Harden, and they were experimenting having the first lineup with all 6, 7 players and under, on a consistent basis. And a lot of people hated on it. I kind of like the idea, but then when I actually saw it play out against the Lakers, we saw how that went. I mean, Anthony Davis just a big body, man. You can't stop it. Not with those players. Anyways, so Westbrook and Harden, they both requested a trade, and Westbrook got traded. So they bring in John Wall. He hasn't played in 2 years, right? But he's still one of the best point guards in the league when he was healthy, and they're hoping that he can go back to being healthy. But he is coming off of Achilles, tear, and after all that time off, who knows how he'll be. Now on another addition they've made is they brought in John Wall's high school buddy, college teammate, a guy that he's been wanting to play with forever, Demarcus Cousins. This guy also tore his Achilles. These guys have a lot in common, man. He also hasn't played in about 2 years. And unless you count that little stint he played with the Warriors, but he only played like 20 or so games, I think, and we don't know how he's gonna be. He wasn't as dominant last time he played, so I wish him the best. I hope he's good, but they're making it on him maybe being good. Then we go to Christian Wood. This guy averaged over 20 points, over 10 rebounds, shot really good from three, and was amazing in those like 20 games after Andre Drummond got traded. And he looked like he could be an all-star, but it looked like he could be. It's a small sample size. We'll see, but they signed him to about a 3 year, $42 million contract or something like that. So pretty good value for him. But what does all this mean? Well, in my eyes, they took three gambles all at once. Three gambles. It's a gamble that Christian Wood's gonna be good because yes, he was good in about 20 games. Very small sample size. He could be trash next year, just like a role player, and that's a lot to play a role player. And he can never live up to that contract. Maybe he doesn't work hard enough now that he got the money. Who knows? That could happen. Demarcus Cousins, he could never be the player he was again. He's already wasn't a great defensive player. He a big part of him was his speed and ability to beat people off the dribble. If he's not as quick, if he's even slower than he was before, his athleticism already isn't that great. So then we're talking about a slow, sluggish guy who can't play defense and may not go that well. And then John Wall, he's relied on with athleticism pretty much all his career. He's never had that good of a jump shot, although be it a little bit better than Westbrook. So it is an upgrade right there, but still if the Achilles injury took away all his athleticism and he hasn't, upped any other parts of his game, he may suffer tremendously. But what if it goes the other way, y'all? What if John Wall comes back better than ever, averaging like 25 points, 9 assists, 2 steals, while complimenting Harden, who's also averaging similar numbers, and then you have DeMarcus Cousins averaging I don't know, just even like 17 and 10, and then Christian Wood is playing, maybe like 15 and 10 as well, or 15 and 8, something like that. And if you get to a point where there's three or even four All Stars on the team, all they need is three All Stars really. That's a big three right there. It could even be a big four if they play that good together. So think about that. Just taking some flyers on some players that haven't played in a while, changing things up. It's very risky. I give it about a 5 to 10% chance of working out. But isn't that what basketball is about, man? Because think about it. They're taking a risk, a very big risk to be a championship contender. Probably won't work out, but it's better than being in the middle of the pack, right? Who wants to be middle of the pack? You play basketball to have a chance to win the championship. These moves give them a chance, if everything goes right, everything goes according to plan, to win the championship for Houston. And I'm hella excited to see this team, man. James Harden's always been fun to watch to me. John Wall's my favorite player. I like Demarcus Cousins. Christian Wood, I didn't even see much of him last year, so I want to watch this game. Not to mention, they still have Eric Gordon, pretty damn good shooter, shot creator, all that. They still have PJ Tucker, who you already know he's a dog, man. You already know. And they re signed Gerald Green. I don't really know who else they have besides those guys, but still, that's some key bench rotation people. Maybe they can bring in one more person. I don't know. We'll see. What I can say is I really do hope this works out because James Harden is one of the best players of all time. He really is. Definitely top 50 already. Probably top 25 maybe. I don't know. I would have to think about that. But people hate on him so much. They say he's a playoff choker. They say he's a flopper. They say he's this, say he's that. People just don't like him, man, because they don't like how he's just smarter than everybody else. Really, just the way he plays. They don't like his game, and they use his playoff failures, him not winning a championship, as excuses and stuff to nag on him about. But if Chris Paul didn't get injured that one year, what was it, 2018? The Rockets would have won a championship, and James Harden will have a Finals MVP if Chris Paul didn't get injured. I mean, they were very close without Chris Paul in some of those games, so they would have definitely been champions that year. But it didn't happen. So, if John Wall, Demarcus Cousins, and Christian Wood, if they're all stars or even just two of them, I would love to see that for James Harden. That would give him a real chance to prove the haters wrong. And don't get me wrong, it'd be very hard. He had to go through LA, both of them, possibly. Maybe Denver. There's countless teams you could have to go through. Mavericks, Trailblazers, any of those teams would be tough. But if he actually gets a chance, I'd be extremely happy for him, and I want to see that. Let me know in the comments down below how y'all feel about this. If you think a championship is within their grasp, or if you think I'm just bullshitting. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. I got shit to do. Hope you have a great day. Peace.